All right, so this is Rail Memekin. Basically, we've played the Steam-Kin deck a number of times on stream before. It's a red aggro deck that's looking to trigger this card and trigger this card to like draw through your deck and deal lots of damage to your opponent. Negative, thank you for the 8 months, and Chewy, welcome back for the 5. We've added the Rail Storm Conduit plus Expansion Explosion combo into this deck. So we're going to go ahead and give that a try. Because Rail, in a way, is basically just another copy of Electrostatic Field, which is often one of the better cards in our deck. So let's dive into some matches and see how it feels. Playing something proactive like this to start the season off is probably a good idea too. People tend to durdle around. Like watching a bunch of the people that were streaming the pre-release event, most of them are playing like mid-range piles of mush, so having a bunch of mountains in our deck is probably not a bad place to be. This hand only has 1 land in it, but we're on the draw, and we have double Warlord Fury, which draws cards. Yeah, the combo needs 2 expansions, so you need Rail plus 2 expansions. But the reason why the combo potentially fits well into this deck specifically is because Rail is just good in this deck. Auto-order triggers, auto-assign combat, disable emotes. Got it. We're playing 3 copies of expansion because it can be awkward on its own. You do need 2 to combo, but again, this deck is not an all-in combo deck. This is a red aggressive deck that can combo. Yeah, combo is the upside, not the goal. No, your life is not a counter. So things that are counters on players are things like infect counters in Modern or energy, like we had in the previous standard format. So there are counters that are specifically applied to players. Counters on players do not apply to your health total. Well, I'm gonna be here for a while, Happy Man. We're starting late today and the next 2 days. And then I'll be running late on all 3 of these days. To be fair, I think this deck's probably pretty reasonable against Reclamation. He says, and then he never gets another turn. For the vault purposes, do you think it's better to use up common and uncommon cards before doing war packs? Yeah, probably, Zauzi. I did that last set, so I was low on common and uncommon wild cards. So I didn't take the time to do it this set. Looks like our opponent's playing Simic Nexus. Happy Thursday, everyone, by the way. Awesome to see people excited about some Magic. I was definitely ready for a change at the end of the last set, so excited to pop in here and see what we can get going on. Hey, Bear Grind Games, thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. The bounce on this sets us back a little bit here, especially if I miss my land drop again. It varies set to set. It varies on how much a given set shakes up the format. It varies, you know, sets where a rotation happens, where sets leave, tend to take longer to get figured out than, like, this format, we're just adding a 6th set into an otherwise, like, into an otherwise format that, like, had a lot of cards in it. All right. Oh, that's where someone was making fun of me on the typo. That's a typo. Hey, what's going on, Whipping Rhinos? Thanks for the 5 months. I don't know that we really have cards here, huh? This might just be a click submit matchup. Hey, Brain Frozen, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. I have a sword to go through shield. Thanks for keeping me around. They're going... I mean, I said this at the end of last set, right? A lot of the things that look sweet in this format are not going to be competitive because they are too slow to be reasonable against Wilderness Reclamation. And, like, I know I want to try a lot of new things too, but that's just the reality of the situation. Is Wilderness Reclamation is an archetype that's it's incredibly difficult to interact with for a variety of decks, the way it is designed and the way it plays, and a lot of these new sweet deck ideas are just not going to be competitive because the archetype exists. No, it's definitely Reclamation that's the problem. I think even if you ban Nexus of Fate, the Teamer Reclamation decks, like the deck that we're going to play next, actually, is just as difficult to interact with. The only difference between the Teamer Reclamation deck and the Simic Nexus deck is the Teamer Reclamation deck has the decency to kill you before you die of old age. Spank Weasel, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. There is no card overlay today because it has not been updated. Because Wizards didn't post the card list in advance, so the person that makes the add-on can make sure it works. That would have made too much sense. Can anyone explain the Ral combo to me? Yeah, with Ral in play, you cast expansion, and then you expansion your expansion over and over again, and Ral triggers every time you do that, and they die. I think I just, like, shock them and then skewer them and attack. Wonder if we're gonna see a blink here or not. Oh, you know what? I should have they have a blink, so it doesn't matter to say. I should have played this so I could discard the mountain to this off this mana, but they have a blink, so it actually doesn't matter. Idios and Crazy, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. The deck overlay was just down altogether when I tried to fire it up early. Just wouldn't log in. Can a mod make a command for the overlay, please?
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I make it rain just for fun.
I think I'm gonna keep this, right? And go like Steam-Kin into Risk Factor next turn. They do have a couple of red sources to Expansion Explosion. Some of the mostly Simic Deck 6 decks have been doing this, playing like one of these.
Better watch out. There's a storm.
It's a lot of triggers. Like a scale of like 1 to not bad. That was like pretty solidly on the not bad side of the scale, huh? No, Wilderness Reclamation is closer to eggs than Tron, for sure. Yes, Ral's down tick is also a shock.
You're not gonna like this.
Yeah, both new Teferi and new Vivian have synergy with Wilderness Reclamation. Alright, so we're gonna draw 6 here. What are the odds they live through a draw 6, chat? What do we think? This Ral card's pretty sweet, huh? Yeah, the fact that, like, his down tick is also a forked bolt is, like, really good. That was kind of silly. And, like, he goes to, like, he doesn't defend himself, but he goes to 6 right away, which is, like, that's a lot of loyalty on 4. You could have infinited them by expansioning their expansion. You're right. I could have comboed them. I did miss comboing them. I'm gonna click submit. I think this is fine. I don't think I need the silly little horse. This hand just doesn't do enough, right? Like, no. I don't have a Steam-Kin, or I feel like without either of my 2-drops or a static field, that last hand was not good enough. Gosh, can I just say, going back to these plebeian simpleton mulligans after experiencing the glory that is the London mulligan on Magic Online for the last week, it's nice to be playing Arena again after a bunch of Magic Online, but good golly is the new mulligan rule nice. That's definitely been a positive change for Magic in general, in my opinion. Really hope that we get to use that everywhere before long. So they're at 15. I have 3-7 in my hand, so I'm actually not in that good of a spot here. Could really use Risk Factor or Tormenting Voice or Ral, something to kind of make these lands do something useful. What's going on, D2MD? Thank you for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Galhones, this seems like a cool card game. Can someone tell me about it? You know, it's not bad. If you're into watching your opponent sit there and play with themselves in front of you, it's a lot of fun. We bottomed to land this game, right? Tilt. Do we hold strike in case we draw light up the stage? Nah, I don't think so, Marty. I think I just want to use my mana. We also just, like, might not get another turn, so, like, you know. Ranks are monthly, so just because there's a patch doesn't mean there was a rank reset. So the reset happens at the beginning of the month, as always. I'm gonna do this so I can auto-pass. Is this Azcanta flipping yet? The Azcanta's not flipping yet, so, like, we're technically not dead, so we have to sit here and see if our opponent can reach climax on their own without the Azcanta. Need the Final Jeopardy music, right? I will concede once they... Alright, you know? Ah, sure, yeah. Take 2 turns in a row, why not? The deck queue is a great resource for figuring decks out. A lot of good things. And again, my opponent's just like, it's like feels bad and is annoying to like sit here and watch them take turns, but they're not actually doing anything meaningful with their turns. They don't have Azcans to flip, so like, sure, do the thing, I guess, but like, you're not really accomplishing anything. You have a Carnage Tyrant. I'm not sure why that's in your deck, but that's super good for me. Super excited this is a Carnage Tyrant, not something else. I love how the turn button lies to you. It says my turn, and then it starts their turn again. It's just like, well, just kidding. just kidding. I'm gonna cast this so I can... So what, risk factor, we need them to brick on these 2 draws. If they take an extra turn here, we are dead. Because if they take an extra turn, this is gonna flip, and then we're done from there. No, I don't have an intention. I don't intend to play in the fandom tournaments as long as they're doing 0 delay. I think running a tournament with cash prizes without a delay hurts the competitive integrity of the tournament, especially when you factor in Twitch chat. Womp womp. Whee! What was the chances of that? I don't know. Like, they could have hit Nexus, and like, even if they didn't hit Nexus, like, we're not guaranteed to kill them, right? So it was a number. Yeah, it was probably close to half a dozen. Opponent's mulligan to 5. It's pretty decent. Got double fields. The Chat Master, thank you for the quarter of a year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Isolated Chapel, eh? Aights! Checking in for the 16th month. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Welcome to everybody. Up to 1,600 people in here already in less than 40 minutes. The hype is real. Black Red Amass with Priest is really fun. Yeah, I've got Goblins list that's got some similar things going on. And Zombies. I think the Zombies list has a Priest in it too. The not quite Bitter Blossom is going to be good with the Amass enchantment, I think. Are we trying to infinite Ral? No. So this deck can infinite Ral. But again, the correct way, in my opinion, to approach these combo decks in Standard so they can be competitive is you happen to have a combo in your deck, but the combo itself is not the focus of what your deck is doing, because just trying to combo is not really good enough. So both the first 2 decks we're trying today have the Ral double expansion combo in them, but that's not the primary focus of the deck. These decks are decks that are competitive and reasonable without that also can go, oops, I comboed you sometimes. Tenor, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. How was the week off from Standard? It was all right. It's nice to be back on Arena. Arena is just so much more fast and fluid than Moto. I do kind of miss the London Mulligan, though. The London Mulligan's a great change for Magic. Hopefully that becomes the norm after the Mythic Championship this weekend. It'll be a mix of the two, Sizzle. So, like, as we replay decks that are on my website now that no longer feel like they're competitive, they'll get replaced and moved off. And as we play new things, I'll add new things as well. Details on how to submit a deck to be played on stream can be found on my website here.
I wonder what the weather's like on Ixalan.
If we hit any like 1 or 2 mana burn spell next turn, they're probably gonna die. Any decks I added to the queue myself? Well, I mean, a majority of the decks in the deck queue right now are build around submission, so I've built most of them. My opponent showed us Priest, so I assume Lava Coil's probably gonna play here. We'll do Y-Sticks. Thanks for the support, I appreciate it. EMW Kapurth, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. That's a good reminder for folks in general. If you see something in the deck queue that's a little bit further down and you want to see it a little bit sooner, any 100 bits or more that you cheer or $1 more that you donate, you can always attach a deck to those messages and say, hey, please bump up deck X. And that gets done at the end of every stream. Yeah, Fiery Cannonade's probably good. They probably, if they have Priest of the Forgotten Gods, they're probably going a little bit wide. What do I want to trim here? I'd probably just trim on the combo, huh? They probably don't have a lot of things I can expansion back at them, so this is mostly a pure combo card, which likely makes it not good enough here. Midway Monster, thanks for the 4 months. Yeah, I agree, Rex. I am really sad that this and the next PTR are not standard. I guess the flip side of that is it means the rest of us get to fumble around with the set for a little bit longer. It's not all downside, I suppose. I'm just gonna trim around the edges here a little bit. This is fine. That's pretty reasonable, right? We get to go Electrostatic Field and Fiery Cannonade potentially. It probably hasn't gone up on Twitch yet, Snap Bolt Snap. The next PT is this weekend and it's Modern Hider. The next PT starts tomorrow. It is 1000% modern. Alright, really need to draw a land here. Yikes. JMM, thank you for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I'm going to ditch this Warlord's Fury. I'd like to hit a land here so I can light up the stage then. Okay. Them getting to activate this next turn might be too much for us to overcome, though. We'll see. No, I don't want a Warlords to look for a land. I want a Tormenting Voice because it gives me an extra look, Navier. Tormenting Voice gives me 2 looks. We're a little bit short on that land. Oh, we could light up the stage too, technically. Yeah, I guess that's true, because the 1 damage deals triggers on the Spectacle. I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, you're right. Warlord's Fury is probably better. So we lose 4 here, and they draw a card. It's pretty good. This card was good last season. It got a lot of new tools. The new Sorin Planeswalker seems very good alongside Priest.
I will have revenge for House Markov.
Hey, Joshua. Thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I'm going to rail on plus here.
Yep. Odds at hold still.
I'm in for a land, actually. It used up these. I don't know. That was an awkward sequencing. All right, we're dead. Got it. Needed to hit that 3rd land on 3. love to play first. Yeah, sounds fine. It needs some lands, but I've got a couple of crash throughs here to see extra. Interesting that they elected to take Lava Coil there, as opposed to the Shock that's more resource efficient to kill this. Yep, new cards are live for everybody. Hey, Zentaw, thanks for the 2 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Wow, we get to go Ral, downtick Ral, cast risk factor doubled. This is gross. All right, let's attack you for 4 first.
Let's start by taking you out of the equation.
This card's been sweet in here. This is like a gutter snipe that doesn't suck, basically.
There's a storm.
Triggers. Oh, I missed it. Oh, I could have killed the priest. I could have killed the priest. I could have killed the priest with the shock. You could not. Is it only opponent or planeswalker? Oh, it's asking me to target because it targets himself. I just assumed because it was making me click, it could click anywhere. Alright. See, we're learning what the new cards do. Listen, I'm a Magic the Gathering player. Literacy is a big problem among Magic the Gathering players. Ral's been really good so far. Gade's World, thanks for checking out. Thanks for checking in for the 10th month. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Mike the Knight, 20 months. That's a long time. Welcome to everybody. Hope you're having a great start to your it's an early-ish start to the weekend. Almost the weekend. Waiting. Do 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 do. Hey, Drake Money, thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Easy mulligan here. This one's pretty good. Have this. I think I'm going to bottom that for now. And I'm not going to play the Warlord Sphere on 1 because I want to play this after I play Electrostatic Field because it'll deal a damage and enable my light up the stage. Do I lose my mod marking? No, people who are mods keep their mod swords. You will get bumped out of the sub Discord though if you're in the sub Discord, because that handles automatically. Okay. It is a Tibalt matchup, isn't it? I think I just Tormenting Voice here. The interface for choosing cards that you discard is different. It keeps tripping me up. Alright, game 12. Oh, they don't have a way to gain life. That's so good for us. Do I want to copy Shock or Warlord's Fury? How do I board wipe? You want to scribe, really? I guess if we scry, we could hit the expansion.
Guild Mage, Planeswalker, Genius Inventor. I got it all.
Yeah, I can attack for sure. Yeah, next turn we can explosion. This is 5-8. And this doubles it. So we can explosion and draw a bunch of cards next turn. Because this copies any converted mana cost, right? So yeah, just the next thing gets copied. So we're gonna draw at least 8 next. I guess I should have kept the land if that was my game plan, right? I get to kill both the Wild Growth Walkers.
It's easy. Quantum particles, blah blah.
How do we kill them? This does 8. This does 8, chat. So I'm dealing 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, we definitely don't have lethal for them. I can maybe kill the, I don't actually know. I already did my thing, so I'm gonna do it, okay? I'm just gonna kill the Wild Growth Walkers. It's fine. Yeah, I probably should have cast my other spells first.
I'm not losing everything again.
This turn was not optimal. I could have cast these 3 spells first, right? Oh yeah, because they would have been free, and then these would have been lethal. Yeah, definitely missed lethal here. But it's okay, because I got to draw more cards. Hey, Brycey, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Hope you're having a fantastic searcher weekend. Thanks for keeping me employed here.
And you strike nature.
It's gonna be okay.
Not bad.
We fumbled through it. Seconds, you're right. It's never held this many cards before. Hey, Sunshine, thanks for the big tip. I appreciate it. Love the educational, thoughtful content. Put this towards a Marge Aristocrats deck of your choice that includes Cruel Celebrant and Mayhem Devil. Sounds good. That should be up tomorrow then, I believe. What are the odds you think you're gonna live through this turn, opponent? I just drew 9 cards. You think you're gonna live through this turn? Well, they have a Jade Light Ranger. Rail's been really good so far. Rail's been quite fantastic. All right, it's the long-awaited Tibalt matchup. Unemployed Sofa, thank you for the half a year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. He's really good. Yep. I think I cut Shock here. I want to leave the 3 damage spells because they kill Wild Growth Walker. Although Skewer doesn't kill Walker on the draw, right? Yeah, the Rail downtick double risk factor has been gross, especially because Rail starts at 4, so you can double risk factor and then double the jump start the following turn. Whenever one of our loyalty cards remove this, deals that much to an opponent or planeswalker. I don't think this is quite... I don't think this is the matchup. I think this is more for, like, Esper. What's going on, Squishy? Thank you for the 33 months. It's a really long time. Thanks for putting up with me. I can see this being a fight with fire matchup, but I think less is more for the time being. No, Deckmaster's not been updated. As of me going live, it had not been updated. In fact, I couldn't even log into Deckmaster to have it display the existing cards this morning. Gannon, thank you for the quarter of a year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. This hand's missing a second land, but it gets a scry. We're on the draw and it has a crash through, so we get a lot of chances at it. Go Reed! Checking in for the quarter of a year as well. Happy Thursday, folks. Look at that, up to 2,000 people already almost. Everyone's having a fantastic Thursday. This is up for everyone now, so if you are not at work, you can play with the new cards yourself. Yikes! Alright, we came, we tried, we failed. If we hit next turn, we might still be okay. Like, Steam-Kin into Fields, like, pretty good. Opponents start here not particularly stellar either, so... What if I want to play at work? Don't get caught. Well, thanks for being here, Dav. Hope you had safe travels. What if you're in charge? Then enjoy. Then enjoy. Don't let your memes be dreams indeed. I chime in on the no max hand limit debate. I don't think I've seen anyone suggest no max hand limit, but I agree with Scott Vargas's take that increasing the max hand size to be 8 or even 9 is probably a net positive for the game. What card am I most excited to play with? The new Nicol Bolas. That card is yeet, as the children would say, I believe. Seems like not amazing, but I'm going to keep it. I'm actually going to go ahead and cycle the Crash through on 1 because I am looking for a threat to play on 2. Yeet's a verb. I don't know how to children, okay? Listen, yeet is not a millennial thing. It's a Gen X or whatever it is past millennials, okay? Alright, sweet. We get to Field plus Lava Coil next turn. That's great. What's the point of increasing the max hand size? To kill decks that want to discard on 1... make decks. The purpose of increasing the max hand size is because the majority of things, the majority of the time when a player is discarding the hand size in Magic, it's because they've missed a land drop. So the maximum hand size basically just serves to function to punish people who are already behind. That's the logic. And I think that's good logic to have. I think that is a reasonable and fair takeaway of the current hand size. We're actually actually not in a terrible spot here. So like, well, it depends. If I get to untap with this Electrostatic Field, I get to go Fury, Light, potentially. I like how there's like 40 different definitions of yeet in chat right now. Just nobody knows what it means. What does it mean? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, that is not a card that kills my field. Yeet for distance and Kobe for accuracy. That sounds like a thing. We all agree it's a verb. Alright, so I'm gonna go Steam-Kin. We could have an insane turn here. We need to hit a land in these next 3 draws. Alright. Alrighty. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. How do we feel about Skewer the Jade Light to stay alive? I think I'm going to Skewer the Jade Light to stay alive. And I think I'm going to... I think I like Light plus Expansion Light this turn and draw... Runaway Steam-Kin feels like 2-mana Experimental Frenzy on a stick. It's like Experimental Frenzy adjacent for sure. And then next turn, I'm going to get to Ral plus Risk Factor, right? Expansion's just been like a good card in the deck, right? If they have a Finality, they probably need to Finality this board. Oh gosh, I can Ral, downtick, Risk Factor, Expansion, Risk Factor. Oh, we're gonna draw all the cards. Are we gonna draw like 9 cards next turn? I think we're gonna draw like 9 cards next turn. Oh man, is the Lightning Strike lethal? I don't know if is the Lightning Strike, so this does 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this does 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm pretty sure the Lightning Strike's lethal. Stop it, I'm just gonna kill them, okay? We're playing ranked. I understand we could draw a lot of cards. But this is also just lethal, I'm pretty sure. It's like way better than Boros Charm. We're gonna yeet all over them, okay? Oh, and then Rail triggers again. Yep. Well, they were at 15 when we started this turn. Just actual factual 15 ball. All right, so Lightning Strike, Expansion Lightning Strike with Field plus Rail is exactly 15. Their face is the place. Did we yeet the Lightning Strike? It's a verb. Can we say we yeeted the Lightning Strike? Is that an appropriate use of yeet? I got nothing then. We yachted. Is yachted the past tense of yeet? We yachted their face? It was Yeet Lightning. Is Yeet Lightning like Grease Lightning? Is that similar? Yeet Lightning is like Grease Lightning? Because I get that reference. Alright, we're going to go on the play. This hand's great. This is definitely a hand where we're going to not play anything on one because I want to play these cards after the Steam-Kin so I can trigger the Steam-Kin. M. Weasley, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Yo. And this deck doesn't take that many upgrades from the new set, right? Like, the main deck is just Ral, and Ral's a rare, right? Complete Focus. Thank you for the Twitch Prime support. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I feel so much younger watching this stream. Do you have to floss after yeeting? I hear the kids have been into that. Alright, hopefully this light up the stage hits a land or two. If this misses on lands, we're going to be in trouble here. Hoping to hit a land here. Perfect. And then I'm actually just going to go ahead and Warlord's Fury to, like, because there's a chance, like, depending on what they play next turn, I might just Ral and get rid of the shock. Think of the lore. Listen, we're going to get to plenty of Grixis decks later, I promise. Grixis Control is going to be the third thing we do today. Yeah, I think, alright, I'm gonna be really sad when they spell pierce me, but I think I'm supposed to do this. I'm like giving up my shock here, but I think that's fine.
Yep. Odds of victory look good.
Odds of victory look good.
Ride the lightning.
Ride the lightning indeed. Expansion, you can stay right there, buddy. Oh no. Oh no. Is the Storm Conduit getting shocked on flavor? I feel like the Storm Conduit getting shocked is a flavor win. Alright, so they have a pigeon over here. I think I want to just Scry and then Warlord's Fury here. Because we are only one expansion away from comboing them.
Your crimes, but your past always comes back to haunt you.
Ral's been... The fact that Ral is just like a constant stream of pinging is really good. Alright, so next turn, I can downtick Ral. Lightning Strike does... What on God's green earth does that do? You may cast up to one target instant and or sorcery card from your graveyard, converted mana cost X or less. If it's cast this way, cast up to one target instant. Why is he targeting two? Oh, instant and sorcery. So he gets an instant and a sorcery. Oh, that's neat. That's neat. And this, so that's really sweet. So this on its own triggers Phoenix, right? Because this casts 3 spells for them. Was expansioning that lethal? I could have done 1, 2... Yeah, I should have expansioned that, right? No, because this costs 3. I could have, like, drawn a card and shocked, but I don't know if that's good enough. G-Butts, thanks for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here.
Nothing feels broken.
Are they dead? So this does 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this does 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's exactly dead, I believe. I believe this is 13. If they have a Spell Pierce, they blow us out. But a lot of the Phoenix decks don't play Spell Pierce in the main. I believe Ral down tick, Lightning Strike, plus expansion is 13. If I counted that correctly. And this is one of those things that'll be like, we'll eventually do these enough that like it'll basically be muscle memory. We'll just like know that this combination of 3 things kills them. Yeah, it was 15 with the field, and the field isn't here, and the field did too. This is my standard deck. It's been kind of impressive so far. Ral and Expansion have both been genuinely very good. Tormenting Voice comes out here because they likely have counterspells post-board. Lava Coil sounds great. I don't know if this is a fight with fire matchup. It's probably a fight with fire matchup, huh? This kills Drakes and eventually it kills Niv Mizzet. The Phoenix spells also don't guaranteed play that many Drakes though. We're a proactive deck, less is more. I'm gonna not submit this. This is the first deck we're playing today, yep. So the patch went live a little over an hour ago. So I'm planning to be live here on my channel for another 8 hours at a minimum. And if we stay above 2,000 viewers, I might just stream till I need to sleep. Which, the upside about not starting till noon again tomorrow means I could run late tonight, which is nice. Oop. I'm gonna go Mountain Pass here, because they could play an Electromancer on 2 that I'd like to shock. Ral in this deck is like Ravager at scales, it's always lethal. Alright, I'm gonna shock their dome and try and light up the stage here, I think. Digging for lands. Sure. Hey, TS Tags, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Hope you are having a fantastical Thursday. Thanks for keeping me employed here. We're definitely running till after dark. That's not optional. We're on till at least 8 o'clock. World famous timeouts. We got you, Bomb Squad. We live to please here. The pack opening was live, and yeah, I can put that one up on YouTube for you. We're in kind of a medium spot at the moment. The Ral combo is pretty straightforward. It's Ral in play, and then double expansion. So, Ral triggers, unlike things like Electrostatic Field, he triggers when you copy a spell. So if you just expansion and expansion over and over again, it kills while Ral's in play. When your base late is when the sun goes out. Listen, I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. Late is when the sun goes down, okay? Yeah, that's true. You need a spell to initially expansion. That's true. That is a requirement as well. You can't just put expansion on the stack with nothing to target. Wow, that seems really good in their deck.
Prepare to marvel at my masterpieces.
All right, on to the third one. Shalai is technically a card we could play in this deck too, yeah. Because she is basically mono red, right? I could see her being an okay card for the sideboard. I could see her being good in the matches where Runaway Steam-Kin is bad. Like in the heavy, like a matchup like this where they're really removal heavy. Maybe we'll throw, we've got like another 20-30 minutes with this deck, so maybe we'll throw a couple of her in the sideboard. This might be a mulligan. Yeah, she could be. She's likely fine in any matchup where we need to be blocking, right, and playing defense. Drawing spells is definitely a good solution. Chowder, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, requires a sideboard. Confirm Teferi being banned in best of one. Ooh, she sounds really sweet. Wow, she triggers Hero too? Jeskai Hero is probably absurd, huh? I want to lead on this because I think it's likely my opponent has a counterspell here, and I'd really prefer my Ral not get countered. So, if they're going to counter this or my Ral, I'd prefer they played this. This is the first deck we played today, Yaku. Huh. Yeah, wow, Jeskai Hero sounds wonderful with Shalai and Heroic Reinforcements. We're getting yeeted, whatever that means. Saheeli, whatever that card is, the Planeswalker. You know what I'm talking about. Not to alert you, but I appear unarmed. Distinction, thanks for the 13 months. I appreciate you keeping me around. Welcome back. Have a sword to go with your shield. This land draw is great because it means Ral gets to play through Spell Pierce here.
Beating you will be a breeze. I know exactly what to do.
Hey, Zanchi, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. New to the game / channel, but digging it so far. Any chance you're going to play War White Weenie Day or Vamp Lifelink token decks? You can always find all of the decks that we're going to be playing today in order in the deck queue on my website. I also list the rough art techniques that we're planning to play today in the title on my stream. So the order that you see them in my stream title is also the order that I intend to play them in. Hey, Subtlation, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate that. And Zanchi, thanks for the 3 months. Things are not looking good for our hero here. Really need to draw like a risk factor, and even then we might be a little stretched.
I have your attention now.
Whoa! They're copying a Phoenix. This card seems sweet. Wait, doesn't it? Target artifact you control becomes copied over to artifact creature you control except for artifacts. Wait, I'm confused. Didn't they? Oh, did they click the wrong thing? Did they servo click a servo somehow? Do I just Ral down tick and then double explosion for 2 here? I think I Ral down tick and double explosion for 2. Hey, Azandra, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think there's a good chance we get Spell Pierced here. Ta-da! Thank you for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm going to be conservative here and send both of these deal 2s at their Planeswalker just in case they try and counter my second. I want to make sure I take this off the table. So even if they have a Spell Pierce here, I draw 2 and their Planeswalker dies. They have a Shock, sure.
Mistakes were made. Lesson learned.
I need to iterate.
Wow, the explosions have been good in this deck. We're still at 20, so I'm going to do this instead of shocking this turn, I think. Woo, buddy. Marty, I'm going to be honest with you. I was not expecting this deck to be good. Can I level with you, Marty? I was not expecting this deck to be good. Definitely feels like a firm upgrade from what we were doing in the last set. They have a dive down here. They have a shock. Neither did Marty. Light them up. They're on fire. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Do, 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 do. All right, couple of bricks. Huh. They didn't have Spell Pierce last turn, but they drew a couple of cards between now and then. I could jam Ral this turn, but I really feel like there's not a good reason to just jam the Ral, right? I really feel like there's not a reason to jam him into Spell Pierce. I guess they could have Negate. They could have Negate. They've already played a Negate, though. I think I'm just going to pass here. I think I'm just going to pass. This can't attack. I just played this turn. This is summoning sick. They have so many lands. I really don't want Spell Pierce to be live. So you're right. I could try and do lethal damage here, but that gets blown out by a Spell Pierce and leaves me with nothing. So I don't think it's worth leaving myself with nothing against a Spell Pierce. Sure. Finale of Promise seems really sweet. Seems incredibly powerful in their deck. We're still at 15. Going to 12.
Every problem has a solution. Let's start by taking you out of the equation.
What's going on, D20 Bandit? Yeah, Abzan Hero got a ton of solid upgrades in this set. Really excited to play with all of those. I believe they're dead.
Feel the fury of the tempest.
The Skewer does 9, and then we have a shock as well. Yeah, Ral expansion giving us things to do with our mana as we're going late is really sweet too. Ral and Electrostatic Field don't hit creatures. Alright, let's put a couple of Shalais in the board. Saheeli, whatever this card is called. A couple of Sublime Artificers. I want at least 2 of these in the board. Amulet of Safekeeping. Unless people actually start playing that card, I'm not gonna worry about that one. Amulet of Safekeeping. That's a card people can play, I suppose. This hand's great. This is again gonna be a hand where I don't play Crash Through on 1 because I like already have this and I have plenty of lands. So I'm gonna play this on 2 and I'll play this after the field to get a damage in with it. Gonna go ahead and shock the Scary Terry here. Keep him off the field, I think. I could see Saheeli being a decent main deck card for this deck even too. I could see that. For right now, I just slotted a couple into the sideboard because she's good in the control matchup. She generates extra threats, but like we have 6 Planeswalkers to bring against control, so which is often hard for this archetype. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the Tormenting Voices. The Terramander implies that they're likely playing the Drake's build of blue-red, so I think Fight with Fire is better here because they're not the Phoenix build most likely. I'm gonna trim a couple of skewers, I think. Give this a go. Zowsy, so what's happening with Amazonian right now is the same thing that happened with the Mythic Invitational to push them over 6 digits worth of viewers. So they're embedding her stream to inflate the numbers. BDP, thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And that's not to say anything against Amy. Amy's a great content producer. I've watched her stuff before, but that's not 22,000 organic viewers. Just like the Mythic Invitational wasn't 100,000 organic viewers. Embedding the stream basically means that her stream is being placed on popular websites and being played like an autoplay video ad. It's something that Twitch does. I don't know the details. I've never had it done, but it's something that I know Twitch can set up for people. Yes, so basically every time their stream is auto-played, it auto-plays and it mutes it. So basically people don't know that they're being counted as a viewer. Yeah, and that's why. So like, I think it was Amazonian, Savitz, and Gabby said that they were gonna get boosted today, thanks to Wizards, because them being boosted that high pushes Magic up in the game categories. And I think I want to downtick this and double light up the stage here.
This experiment has shocking repercussions.
God, why does he trigger on the spell he copies too? It's so good. Oh, it's so good. I don't know that he needed to deal damage on the spell that he copies, but good golly, I'll take it. Yeah, and again, that's nothing personal against Amy, that's just a fact about what's happening, right? Like, the Mythic Invitational was a great tournament, but saying it had 100,000 organic viewers is also untrue, right? Like, it's just not the reality of the situation. Wonder if they have, like, protection pump spells for this? Hey, Cordemi, thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Shouldn't you block and then shock? Maybe. I don't think it really matters. It's like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Like pretty marginal either way. Ooh. Found a piece of candy. I think I'm gonna wait one more turn. Do I want to scry? I guess I could just aggressively downtick this. I could like deal 4, draw 4 here. And like does 2 upstairs too. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Let's just get aggressive here.
Feel the fury of the tempest.
Yeah, we've played a lot of iterations of this archetype in the past as mono red and red black, and it really feels like these blue cards solve problems that this deck had. Really feels like problems it was having previously are solved by having access to Ral, having access to Expansion Explosion. Hey chat, how do you feel about doubling up a risk factor? Oh, I have to lose the Ral though. That's fine. I do have another one, that's true. Gosh, look how high we've climbed. Moving on up. Do. Is the end of the season in 5 days? The end of the season is in 5 days, isn't it? It's pretty close. Pretty close. 6 counting today, I suppose. This hand's like not amazing, but fine. Again, it's a hand where I'm going to wait till 3 to play the crash through to trigger the electrostatic field. Hey, D Dangelo, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. No, there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome, welcome. Vivian's Bow. Discard a card, look at top X cards in your library, convert a mana cost with X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Runaway Steam-Kin was probably the best draw in our deck. And you do want to lead on Steam-Kin before Electrostatic Field, because casting the Electrostatic Field will trigger the Steam-Kin. I could see that, Zauzi. Risk Factor did get a lot better in this deck because we have Ral. So I could see a third Risk Factor being a worthwhile exchange. So now I have a decision to make. Do I want to replay the Steam-Kin or do I want to play the Electrostatic Field? I think I want to just get this back into play. It looks like they're just blue-greens. There's a good chance they can't kill this permanently. Asan's just like bouncing it. How do I feel about Arclight? I think it's clunky and awkward and doesn't solve problems that this archetype has. We've played Archetype in earlier mono-red iterations, and it's always felt incredibly hard to enable. Ral feels like the 4-drop this deck's always wanted. They tried to arc bow into the Frilled Mystic and they missed. A for effort. Hey, Drew, thank you for the 12 months of support. I really appreciate that. Have a sword to go with your shield. Thanks for keeping me employed here. So, I elected to... Something I want to talk about here is I did elect to use the mana off of this before I attacked. And I could have attacked as a 4-4, but the reason why I didn't attack as a 4-4 was because if my opponent elected to chump block my 4-4 with their 1-1, I then wouldn't have been able to make mana with the Steam-Kin this turn without it dying, and I wanted to get this into play without this dying. Gosh, our opponent is incredibly dead, huh? Just unreasonably dead. They're like, all right, I've seen enough. We were gonna make, good golly, when we get that many Steam-Kins going, we can pump it all into Explosion now. That's truly excellent. Steam-Kin Trod, right? All right, so they're probably gonna have counter spells, which makes Tormenting Voice bad. What are the odds? What are the odds they're a Wild Growth Walker deck? Probably not. They showed us Incubation Druid. Maybe they can fit the package in there with that still. I'm gonna put in Shalai. I think Fiery Cannonade might be good. I could see that. They have 2 mana dorks. They probably have Frilled Mystic. Saheeli, I'm gonna call this card Shalai a lot, just to set the bar, chat. I'm gonna refer to this as Shalai, just off the cuff a lot. It's just what's gonna happen. Shalele. To figure out which card I'm talking about, you're gonna have to use the context of the. It's all, anybody who watched the stream while Kaladesh was Modern Legal, you understand. This hand's really good with the second land. The deck list is on the overlay. If the overlay is not working, you can click through to the website, and if that's not working, I've got nothing else for you. Those are the places I have it posted. Ooh, buddy. Never didn't have it. Okay, they have a lot of mana. I think I start with this. Got 2 shots at a land here. The deck queue isn't going to have edits as we make changes, though. Oop. Z undoes making mana like I just did there.
I love a good challenge. This should be fun.
Okay. Yes, Nova. Full Saheeli and Shalai. Those 2 cards aren't compatible for a build around. They're at odds with each other. Sure. I think I'm gonna lead on this, trying to hit a land. I think I'm doing this plus Lightning Strike. I really wanted to draw a land for the turn, so that way I could Runaway Steam-Kin plus Lightning Strike this, but I think it's important I take the Dream Eater off the table this turn. This is equal to lands in hand and graveyards. They have one in their bin too. Why, Pumpkins? Thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.
How this thing goes is up to you now. Tear it down. Tear it all down.
Tear it all down. So I'm going to throw away a token here. So she lives at 1, so I can make some more tokens next turn.
Enough.
Hey, Birdman. Thank you for the Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Do I just go field, field here and pass? I think I just go field, field, and pass. If they attack with this next turn into the Saheeli, I might double block. Just like trade an Electrostatic Field to keep my Saheeli in play for one more turn.
The mysteries of life are endless.
What's the extra text on this? Return 2 lands you control, return to hand, return it from your graveyard to your hand. Sure. I guess if I kill this, they just pick it back up. Are we just in the go upstairs portion of the game? I think counting the expansion as damage is wrong here, Tom. Because my opponent has access to counter spells. There's by no means a guarantee that this resolves. As demonstrated. I think I'm holding on to this until I have another blue. So that way I can explosion and try and gas up a little bit.
Starting over is the only way.
I'm sorry, but I must tend to my creations.
Okie doke. The Humble Potato, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm hoping they tap out for Bo here. Oh, that's an end step Hydroid Crisis, huh? Alright, so I get an explosion for 5 here, right? Do I want to kill Vivian or do I want to kill the Hydroid Crisis? Actually, I probably just go upstairs, right? Yeah, I totally just go upstairs. This puts them to 5, and I'm drawing 5 cards. Well, those, there's a chance those could have been better. Our deck didn't send its best, chat. How are the new cards so far? Ral's been really impressive. I had low expectations going in for Ral, and he's definitely exceeded them. This has Trample, before anyone asks why I'm not chump blocking him. Alright, if they have nothing, they're dead. They have 4 cards in hand and an Arc Bow activation though, so I assume they're gonna be fine here. Darn opponent having cards that keeps them alive. The new Nicol Bolas looks absurd. It might finally start, not to slight anybody's favorite Minotaur, but Nicol Bolas is like what we kind of wanted Angrath to always be.
For the fallen.
How dare you? I assume we're dead here. I get to take game 3 on the plane. Unsubscribing. Congrats, Flab. Owning a home is interesting. It's nice to be able to do whatever you want. It's annoying to have to fix things, but there's good give and take. Having an actual investment is nice too, though. Unlike Magic cards, owning properties and investment. Tanju, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. JW Player, thank you for the 4 months. Thanks for keeping me around. It seems like not absurd, but it's fine. Like turn 2 field on the play. The only way Nicol Bolas could be better is if they would let me make a foil copy of him instead of this stupid plebeian non-foil variation they've stuck me with. I'm excited to Lightning Strike their Mana Dork. No Mana Dork to strike, okay. War is available right now. I get no special things from Wizards of the Coast. So if you see me playing with cards, that's because everybody's getting to play with them. I think I just restick the Steam-Kin here. Yeah, their servers almost always have issues on patch day, Loam. Their servers basically always have issues on patch day. I think I'm just gonna pass here. Are you liking Piercing Shot? Yeah, I've got one of them. They're a Wilderness Reclamation deck. Yep, I've lost. I had respect for you, opponent. It's all gone now. It's all gone. You put Reclamation into play. I take back all the nice things I thought about you. Hey, Magus Edge, thank you for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, time to be aggressive, I think, here. Our opponent is officially the villain, right? Oh, I shouldn't click Resolve All. I wonder if they fixed that. Upstairs. This is going to be the last match with this one because variety is the name of the game and we've been on this deck for a little bit here. Chirp. If they tap out, we get to Risk Factor, Expansion, Risk Factor. Which is like pretty decent. I think holding up mana for Ionize is just something that this deck's not really interested in doing.
Buckle under my blade.
Yay, boosters! Don't we strike and then expansion strike? Maybe. That draws less cards though. You know, so we frequently talk on this stream about when you make changes to decks, you want to be working towards solving problems that those decks have. And I really think that adding Ral and Expansion Explosion to this deck kind of shored up some issues that it has. And I think these other Planeswalkers in the sideboard, like between Ral, Expansion, and then these three in the sideboard, I think this deck might actually have a pretty okay control matchup, which is one of the places it really struggled before, because control decks just like kill your field and your Steam-Kin, and then you kind of flop around and not do a whole lot. And I felt like Rail not only gave us powerful proactive draws, but it also generates a little bit of card advantage for us by doubling up our draw spells, which is sweet. One change I made there at the very end, if you saw, I swapped the 4th Tormenting Voice to a 3rd Risk Factor, and I think that's a good change because this card's really absurd with Ral. Because, like, you Risk Factor with Ral's down tick, it's like, take 10 or let me draw cards, so usually you end up drawing cards. We didn't actually cast Tibalt at all. I expect this card to become a format staple in the sideboard of every red aggressive deck, just because your opponents can't gain life is crucial against Wild Growth Walker. I also think when you're looking at these Planeswalkers, you want to look at what I would refer to as the floor on them. How bad are they when they're at their absolute worst? And this card, even when it's at its absolute worst, is still pretty okay. It basically says, make 2 1/1s that deal a damage when they die, and your opponent can't gain life. Or maybe it gains you some life because your opponent's distracted and attacks it. I think this card's very, very reasonable overall. It's like a Rampaging Frost, and I agree. So I'm actually gonna swap up the order here a little bit. I really don't want to play Team of Reclamation up next. I'm going to play Grixis Control next.